Yeah, so here working hour is fixed, mostly 9 to 5. I think competition is everywhere in every domain, but if you have uh, right motivation and the skills, but slowly R and Python also majorly used for validation side in clinical domain and pharma domain, and most of the companies for so here is not like India. The your salary decide based on your
Mhm.
previous take. You know someone who is already working in clinical domain and you are inspired to work in the same domain, so you should acquire all relative information. And second thing is,
So, Neeraj, can you introduce yourself?
yes, sure. So my full name is Neeraj. I have a total 9 year of experience, and currently I'm working as a senior statistical programmer based out of Syneos, UK.
Okay. So, Neeraj, in the past, have you worked in India as well, or you started your journey in the UK itself?
No, from UK, I'm on October 2022, I arrived UK and I started with IQVIA, but I was there for a short time, and after that I moved to Syneos. So it's been 1 year, 5 months with Syneos Health.
Okay. And how was your journey moving to UK? Like this was something you decided, or the companies have approached you, and then finally you shifted over there?
Actually, I was always looking for opportunity outside India, like UK, US, and one of my friend let me know there is an requirement uh, for the statistical programmer profile, and I gave interview and I got selected, and they provide me a sponsor visa. So after that.
That's great. So, Neeraj, can you tell us a little bit if someone wants to, who are working as a statistical programmer, if they want to move abroad in any country? So, as per your experience, what do you think? Like, how much is the minimum experience that is needed?
For outside India, obviously company expect some good experience, like at least 4 or 5 year experience. But if you have a very good knowledge and a very good experience, and you are in industry for the short time, also like 3 year or 4 year also, so company can consider. So it's totally depend on your knowledge and the work experience.
Okay, and we have been heard a lot, Neeraj, that the work-life balance in India versus abroad. So, is it true?
What you have heard actually.
Like the work-life balance, we have heard a
Mhm.
lot the work-life balance compared to India and abroad. It's great, like the work-life balance and the working hours.
Yeah, so here working hour is fixed, mostly 9 to 5, and people here don't expect you should work outside of your working hour. So it was always advised to work in your allotted working hour, and yeah, people respect here. It's not like that you are working more than your working hour and you will get appreciated. People feel like you are not able to complete your work on time, that's why you are stretching late. So yeah, so pretty much work life balance is good here, but like sometime you got very short timeline and some deliverable, so obviously you have to stress sometime.
Okay, and Neeraj, like to work on this role as a statistical programmer, which specific background we should have or the candidate should have who are planning to enter into this industry or on this role?
like people in statistical programming profile are coming from many background, so it's not just statistics or biopharmaceutical and any uh, only relevant institution. It kind for many organization people with a certain skill they join here. Uh, if you have basic programming knowledge and some if you have some experience with cities compliant data set like STTM adam, so that will be an added advantage. So I think with right motivation and dedication, anyone from different organization with certain skill can move to the for a statistical programmer profile in clinical research.
Okay, that means you mean to say that skills are more important than the educational background. And what's your educational background, Neeraj?
I had done masters and graduation in statistics. So this is my
That's
educational
great.
background. Yeah.
So, as you have been working in this industry and on this role since 9 years or more than that, so many people you have like come across, right? So, can you share some of the experiences, like the people whom you know, they are from which educational background, like some of the glimpse?
Yeah, I know some people here in clinical research are from engineering background also and from MBA. Some people after completing their MBA they also joined a statistical programmer role in clinical research and some people even from arts also and commerce background also people pursuing here. So
Okay,
yeah.
people from arts and commerce as well. This is something
Yeah,
very new for me.
as you know, commerce also statistics is one of the subject uh, like uh, people learn there. So from commerce background people also join, and for arts background people join some institute who teach them about the programming like SAS and R programming and some certain skill which are required in clinical domain. So after getting those skill they also are working in clinical domain.
And Neeraj, one more question. As we are seeing that since long on this role, SaaS software was a leader, and but right now we are seeing R and Python is also in some companies is being used. So what's your call on this? What's gonna be the future of this role? Like talking about the tools.
Yeah, as we know, SAS majorly used in almost every CRO and pharma. But slowly R and Python also majorly used for validation side in clinical domain and pharma domain, and most of the companies for production side also started using R. So if I'll talk about R, so R is slowly gaining very much popularity over SAS, and there are many benefits like it's free and it's easy to use. So I think people who are inspired for statistical programmer profile in clinical domain, so if they have R knowledge or learning R, so that will be an added advantage.
Okay. So as like since you are working from many years, so have you seen using like people are using R, or have you come across a situation where you have to use R?
Yes, in my company also, people utilize R programming for the validation of data set and for creation of. So yeah, it's pretty much. I think other all other CRO and most of the pharma companies are using R.
Okay. And Neeraj, one more question that we are hearing about the AI and ML, and as we are into also a data analysis kind of part, using this softwares, we analyze the data on top of that clinical things. So what's your call on the AI? Like a lot of students have this question, will AI gonna replace this job or role? What do you like think about it?
I'm a big supporter of AI, first of all, and even I have done many presentation in my organization, like use of Chat GPT. You know, Chat GPT vastly used all over the world. So I think it's if I'll talk about the advantage, so it will be more your friend or assistant, if you want to learn something or know about any programming function or anything, any programming related knowledge you needed, or different field also. So it will really help you out. So I think it is not going to replace job. It's definitely help you out, and it will improve your knowledge and creativity as well.
So Neeraj, let's suppose you got an opportunity to recruit a fresher. So what qualities you look for?
Mostly I have interviewed experienced candidate, but as per my understanding, if fresher have some basic programming knowledge and sub CDS experience, so I think anyone can secure job clinical domain. And
Okay.
if I'll talk about the soft skill, so if you have a very good communication skill, adaptability, flexibility, so these are the things uh, mostly interview look into the in fresher. Yeah.
And would you like to share your journey, Neeraj? Like, how was your getting your first job on this role? Is it was easy or campus placement?
No, I was not placed at campus level. I got job offline, and the first company was Optimum Technology. I worked there as a data analyst, and after that, I was there only for 9 months, and after that, I moved to One Feng. It's like production company, wheel production company, and I worked there as a statistician. But I was always looking for opportunity in clinical domain, and then once I got opportunity from Cartesian Clinical Research, I joined there and worked as a statistical programmer, and I get chance to work on end to end, like CRF annotation, STTM, Atom dataset creation, TLF creation, and Pinnacle 21. So I was almost more than 2 years, and I get very good experience there. So I must say that was the first company from I moved to clinical domain.
So one more question, Neeraj. Right now, many freshers are concerned about the high competition for entry level positions. So what's your take on this? Could you please share your experience in securing your first job?
I think competition is everywhere in every domain. But if you have uh, right motivation and the skills which are required, so anyone can secure job. So it's depend on your skill and your learning. So yeah.
And can you share like what hard and soft skills are essential for fresher to stand out of like in this competition?
Yeah, so if I'll talk about hard or technical skill, so definitely R and SAS programming knowledge they should have, because this programming language vastly used on CRO and in pharma domain. And if they have some experience on CITES compliant data set like STTM, ADAM, how to create a data set, what are the variable in those data set, and what are use case. So yeah, so with this skills, technical skill, they can get job. And if I'll talk about soft skills, so obviously your communication skills should be good. because going forward you have to talk with the client and discuss about project. You have to talk with manager and colleague, so you should have a very good communication skill to convey the information, and the flexibility also needed in our domain. So sometime you have to stretch your work, there are project which many people from different location are working. So sometime you are in India and you have some meeting as scheduled on US time zone or UK time zone. So you have to flexible to attend those meeting. And sometime like if there is some first to file a study, so sometime you get short timeline, so you have to be very flexible about that.
Let's suppose, Neeraj, if someone want to secure his job in clinical as a fresher, so what level of knowledge is required in the clinical part, especially in the SDM, Adam table listing part?
So from Phaser, I think only basic knowledge expected in interview. If have if I'll talk about STTM domain, so they should have a knowledge about what are the data set and what are the variable in those data set, and how this variable derived, and what are the impact, like how the particular variable or data set going to impact our analysis, and what changes we need to do in which scenario, uh, like uh, we have to do the derivation. So only the basic level for the fresher. And if you have a if you are experienced one, so definitely the question will be a little harder, but for fresher only the basic knowledge and experience required.
Now, one more question, Neeraj, and this is gonna be a little bit interesting, especially for people who are looking into this role. So this is about the salary part. So a person who are working in UK, around he is having more than 6 or 7 years of experience. So how much salary he or she can like expect?
So salary part is totally depend on the candidate to candidate and the company. So I can't tell you the exact amount, but it's if you are more than 5 year experience, 6 7 year of experience, so you can expect some range between 45 to 65 or 70 lakhs per annum.
So Neeraj, one more question. Like right now in the COVID time, uh, we have seen a lot of companies have fired on different roles, even the big MNCs like Apple, Google. So, what do you think about the impact of recession on these companies, especially the pharmaceutical or CROs?
Yeah, if I'll talk about the COVID time or any due to COVID, if recession happened, so it was definitely not ideal situation for any organization. But in clinical domain, because of this COVID situation, there are many openings and opportunity come for programmer profile and a statistician profile, because so many pharma companies were working on drug research, and it creates lots of job. So it was like a blessing in disguise. So our field is, if I'll talk about the whole clinical domain field, is like a evergreen field. So you can't see the much job cut in our domain rather than other technical job, other technology company and manufacturing company. So it's I can say it's like a secure job in clinical domain.
Okay, and Neeraj, one more question. As we work in India and we start our journey from here, a lot of people have this a dream of moving abroad. For sure, initially, even I have experienced it during my journey when I started the job. So, what you feel initially that okay, these many things will be there. We have a lot of kind of dreams, or we can say different things, assumptions. And once we move to abroad, do we really feel those differences, or the life is same?
Yeah, there are many differences, obviously, from India to UK. Once you move to UK, your life will be little easy, and people are there are good healthcare. If I'll talk about healthcare, the school and colleges are really good, and the law and order is in place here, like comparatively. And if I'll talk about the salary part, so like you can earn more here, and you can also save as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, these are the benefit. But at emotional level, if I'll talk about, definitely after coming to abroad, you always miss your family and friend back to India. So yeah, these are
Okay, so
the
Neeraj,
like different.
yeah,
Yeah.
one more question coming from this, your answer, that you're living there with your family, or like how it is?
Yeah, I'm living with my wife, and I have a 2-year-old daughter. So we are three here.
And Neeraj, I would like to know, initially you told that salary is between 60 lakh to 70 lakh, right?
No, I gave you a big range, 45 to
Uh,
70 lakh. So it's depend company to company and candidate to candidate.
so if you have to tell, let's suppose if someone is having 5+ year of experience in UK, so in pound, how much he can assume? Like that is a currency, right? In
Yes.
UK.
Yeah. So, I told you about only the see, if you have experience in India as well, that will be definitely count. So
Hmm.
either you have experience in India or either you have experience in UK. So here is
Hmm.
not like India. The your salary decide based on your
Hmm.
previous take. Here there
Hmm.
is a standard already made,
Hmm.
for the statistical programmer, you will get this much salary for a
Hmm.
statistical programmer 2 or senior statistical or principal. So there already decided the
Okay.
the range. It's
Okay.
doesn't depend on your previous take or previous salary
Hmm.
drum.
And as you told, our existing experience in India, that is totally counted if we are like moving to abroad.
Yes, obviously.
Okay. And have you found any difference in the work you are doing earlier in India and you're doing in UK? Like the same work you are doing, or maybe some new things are there?
Yeah, obviously, most of the work are same, but like here I get more opportunity to learn, and there are many programs, and my manager also appreciate to learn new things. So and if I'll talk about work life balance is also good here. So yeah, there are many benefits, and here working here. But most of the work are same. Like if I'll talk about the statistical programmer profile, so what profile and what job you are doing here, obviously it will same, but other than job you learn other things as well.
So finally, Neeraj, these were the questions from my end. So this especially this broadcast, this series I'm starting, Neeraj, for freshers only, because I found that is the particular point where candidates are facing the most of the difficulty, because they are the audience, they are the most unclear with the things initially. So would you like to share some insights or some information to them that can be useful? Because as I'm a trainer as well into this role, so I have seen a lot of people or students face difficulty at the fresher level. And the major questions are the competition. Like the people who are trying to enter or thinking to enter, they feel like on LinkedIn, a lot of people are already searching the job. Will I able to secure the job? And the people who are looking for job, they face like it is a little bit time consuming. So what I should do? So would you suggest something to the fresher?
Yeah, so first thing I I would like to suggest fresher ki you should have a very good connection, like you know someone who is already working in clinical domain and you are inspired to work in the same domain, so you should acquire all relative information. And second thing is training. You definitely should have start working on those things which are required once you get information. So there are like you are doing the same, you like teach candidate, and the relevant information you provide to like which are really needed to get a job in clinical domain. So I think doing this anyone can secure job. And you always be motivated. You should always think positive, you can do this. So once right time come, anyone definitely will get success.
And that's great, Neeraj. And would you like to share some insights about this as well? When the hiring is there, in which months, or when it happened, in every 3 or 6 months? Any idea about this?
I think hiring always happen, but mostly I seen one trend after March and April when hike happened. So people move to other organization, and other opportunity also create for fresher as well. So yeah, but it's not fixed. There are always opportunity. So I think LinkedIn is thing to always be updated about the job opportunity.
Okay, so I'm getting one more question from this, that what are the best ways to apply for job or clinical SaaS role?
If I'll talk about the international level, definitely LinkedIn is the like my favorite one. And in India also, other than LinkedIn, you can apply job on naukri.com, and other like Indeed is also there. But I think LinkedIn is the most effective in India as well as abroad.
Okay, so that's all, Neeraj, from my end. So do you have any questions from your end for us?
Yeah, I also want to learn about your experience about teaching candidate, and get them prepared for their job.
So Neeraj, I'll share my journey. So what happened? I did my graduation from mechanical, and the fact is, when I did education, this graduation in mechanical, actually this was I was not interested into this, but that was a trend. There was a trend for engineers at that time. So after completion, I was clueless what to do. So I applied for jobs, and they asked me that for which job you are looking. They asked for multiple roles. So I was not clear. They asked me design, maintenance, and multiple roles. So the first time I got to know there are multiple roles. So I got to know that there are multiple roles we are eligible for. I was thinking, okay, I have done my education. I'll get a job on the basis of that. So I started looking for that. I explored, and then I did a course in design. Then finally, after some months of struggle and learning, I got a job as a design engineer, and that was an unpaid internship. And some of my colleagues were there, so they kind of you can say they demotivated or motivated me, kind of, that why you're working here, that too unpaid, with having good knowledge. So I left the job. I don't know what happened, and I actually started working on one of my startup, and that shut down within few months. I went to Bangalore, started working in a startup. Finally, I decided to make a career into stable domain and stable role, and I got to know about this clinical SaaS. I started the training, and I got a job. It took me good amount of time, and yeah, I feel any job, Neeraj, that is great or good, it tests you at the deep level. This job tested me, and whatever my insecurities were there, my flaws were there inside me. That can be my communication, that can be my technical, that can be the way I'm communicating to people. Within that journey, those struggles were something that I feel like I was improving myself. I was making myself deserving to this role. And finally, I got the job in Hyderabad, and that too was unpaid internship kind of. So that too was night shift. So, and finally, after that, I got an opportunity to work in Cartesian. That was my first MNC, and the manager, he was a great person over there, the best manager I have seen in my life. and I have learned a lot from him. So what happened after working for a few years, and Neeraj, I started feeling that I'm interested into something else. From the beginning of my life, I was little bit interested into guiding and helping and teaching others. But what happened, Neeraj? I was not having anything, right? We should have something to give others. So what happened in the company also, there was one experience. So there was one guy. He was a very good guy, but he used to, initial 3 or 6 months will be training. That will be the internal training, right? The companies will give us training as an fresher. They train us for 3 or 6 months. So that period is going on. So there was one guy. He was not actively participating in the training. I just connected to him and I asked, like, why you're not actively participating? I got to know he was not participating because he was not having the knowledge, and we were doing this training online. So I started guiding him, and because we got hired in a batch of 10 or 12 people, we are in the same team. So no one asked the question like, why you're talking so much to internally. So I used to talk to him, I used to guide him, and he was my teammate. We got hired together. So what I started, Neeraj, that I started giving him 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours, maybe. I don't remember, but 2, 3, 4 hours initially. So what happened? I used to guide him. He used to do all the things coding, and we got the task. The task was almost same. We are on the training on the same training batch. So he used to solve the question. I used to guide him. So there was some point that his knowledge surpassed my knowledge because he was doing the practical and I was guiding him. Right. With the time, the level was raising the bars. Right. The training levels. They shifted us to project and they taken some test. Then I got to know that I need to do it. Then there was a delay in the training or something happened. I requested the manager to increase the timeline for that. And I shared him this experience that what happened actually and what is the reason I'm not able to cope up with the things. And then I finally started working on project, and then somehow we shifted to project, and we all different projects under different managers. Some of them got shifted to FSPs as well. I also got selected for FSP at that time for Parexel. But soon after, I was enjoying that part of my, journey.
Teaching
that
part.
When I was guiding him, no one told me, right? No one asked me to do that. I like in my mind, this was going on every day. And every day I was thinking to actually to do this training part full time and to try it out at least. But what happened? There were two things, Neeraj. My manager, he was the best person I have like met in life. So it was very difficult for me to tell him that even though he have selected me, I'm from mechanical background, and he have shown the trust on me, because it's not about only hiring a talent. A manager select the people who are actually they feel that they can be the part of team. It's not about the technical only, being a part of team, right? Many things are there. So I thought he have given me that opportunity, and I'm going to leave within like few years only, or without giving much output to him. So there was one thing that was stopping me. Another, like when I told this to my family, so there was an immense pressure because already I struggled in my career for initial 1-2 years. I have shared from mechanical to design, then startup, and then to this. And there was a concept that you got this stable job, and now you want to leave from my family end. So you did a lot of struggles. So I've seen that, the fear and pressure in my parents, like not in parents, especially in my sister and my mother's side. So, and that those two things, what my like I was feeling bad about my manager and my family as well. But finally, as like I was thinking from 1 or 2 months. Today I'll write this message to my manager. Tomorrow, and every day was like this only. Finally, one fine day, I have written this on Teams. I still have that screenshot, or I have taken a pic that and to resign from my current role as a statistical programmer, and I want to follow my passion. And I shared him on Teams, and he replied within minutes only, and he told me that everything official is Outlook, right? He told me, can you write this on mail? I've written the same in mail, and I tagged to the HR as well as he told. So then we had a discussion. So there are some rounds, right? Rounds of discussion. I had a discussion with him. He asked me like the things. I told him. Actually, the discussion came to a point where most of the time students will change the not students, people who are working will change the company most probably initial days for salary, or maybe the better work-life balance. But what I have observed, initial days, people mostly change their job for salaries, because if your salary is X and if you are changing, next company can give you 100 or 200% hike as well. So I told him it is not about the salary. Even I already got an offer from one company and they were giving me 300, around 250% hike from my current pay. So finally, Neeraj, I told him these things, and I told him I want to follow my passion, I want to try something. And then the discussion happened again after 15 days, because sometimes what happens, some people in an excitement they decide something they might have felt bad or something. So again, I had a discussion with my manager and again with the HR. Finally, the notice period was for 3 months, but finally he released me early, because once the candidate have decided he don't want to work, so for sure, like, I'm not
Right.
gonna utilize my time for them. They also know, and I'm not the helpful resources for them at that point of time. So they have released me early, and then there was a bond amount at that time. So I paid the amount, and finally I got released, and that was a day, like, I felt the turning point of my life. Since then, it's been maybe 4 years, and I'm training full time. I'm guiding people, and I'm doing counseling, and I never looked back. And I feel even God have given me this opportunity, because he never made me to look back in my life. So what I decided, I continued the same, and I'm feeling great for it.
Really good.
So, and the best part is, like, sometimes sessions are there. So sometimes I extend the session for 1 2 hour more. And what feeling, let me tell you the truth, Neeraj, if in job someone will tell me to extend 1 2 hour, I'll feel like, well, extend. Even though my sessions are in evening, so especially in the evenings, people will log out, right? This is the formal, scenario, because we have families in the team. But I'll extend my 1 2 hour, because this is something which I love to do, and I'm getting paid for the same thing. And I'm very grateful for this. I'm very grateful actually for this. So this was my journey, Neeraj. And I'm very grateful for my manager, and I'm very grateful for the people who have supported me in my tough time. And my initial 1 or 2 year was very difficult, Neeraj. I was the person who was totally unstructured into things. But this journey of 1 2 year of struggle into different things, this made me realize that how we need to standardize the things in our life as well, how we need to be fix the things in our life as well. And what I have seen, this was not a struggle of 1 or 2 year. This was an upgrade. What I did within this struggles of 1 or 2 year. So this was an whole journey, Neeraj.
Yeah, it's really good to hear about your all the follow the passion, your passion thing and journey. So it's really inspiring, and you are really doing great job for like teaching other, helping others to a secure job. So yeah, it's really great to hear. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and one more thing, Neeraj. I never wanted to leave this industry or this job, but I'm doing the same thing in my way, which I blended my part as well. Like, so I am working for the same industry, and right now my future goal is to do some big contribution, especially because being an unstructured student, being a student who are not much focused, or being a student who didn't realize the career thing initially, I want let the other people know what they need to focus. My goal is that they should understand, and for the same purpose we are doing this broadcast, to bring some more clarity, because I always believe different people have different knowledge and something unique from them. We all can learn the same we are learning
Right.
from you, Neeraj.
Thanks for having me and invited in your podcast. And I'm always happy to share my insight and experience with everyone. So yeah, thank you.
And especially, Neeraj, special thanks to you that you have accepted our invitation, and you have, from your busy schedule, you have given us the important time, and we will be thankful for you. And so thanks a lot, Neeraj.
Same here. Thank you. Have a great
Okay,
day.
so thank you, Neeraj.